New music presents a different challenge, and people get easily intimidated by it, I find, which is really strange. Really strange. The challenge with new music is that we're now producing music in a larger context where visual literacy has become so dominant. So when you present an audience with a purely acoustic or musical discourse, people find that really quite isolating and they don't understand it, and it's challenging. To actually sit there and listen to a piece of music and understand its discourse is something that's so remote to most people's experience now that when they come to new music, so it's not only just something that they're familiar with, you know, the canon of classical music, and it's something new, and it's something trying something new, it's not even just confronting, it's just not on the radar. There is an intimidation when it's the type of music that this is, that they don't understand it. Even abstract expressionism, they look at it and they can see colours and shapes and say there's a pattern there. Literature, even the most modernist literature, they're words, and even though it's, James Joyce's might be mystifying to them, it's there on the page. New music presents a different challenge. The worst thing composers can do in their program notes is they say, oh, this piece is based on this row. Apart from the fact that no one knows what a row is, or it's based on this. It's like a poet saying, and I've written in English, and you'll find some of these, I use verbs and some other grammatical structures. They want to know what are you trying to say? What is artistically, why are you speaking to this audience today? Now that's something we probably need to address as artists, and I don't know how to address it other than engage with it. Engage with the visual, prepare. I taught courses at WEA once, and it was specifically just on new music. People loved to come there, and they just wanted to find out, so what is this Stockhausen guy on about? What is Stravinsky about? And then we would turn up to the concerts, and in that context, they say, okay, now I can experience this, I understand what he was trying to do, and they can act as a consumer, critical, did he achieve this artistically, what does it say to me, as opposed to just turning up and out of context, can't make sense of why all those notes are together and why it's doing what it does, other than it just sounds like, I'm afraid to say, a cacophony to them. It really is based on the background of the listener. Someone who's never listened to classical music or new music will have a very different interpretation, and I am mindful of that being able to give that listener an experience that's sonic and there is something for them to take away is important. The idea of that, great art has an entry point for all levels. The informed listener is going to come at it in one way. The classical buff who doesn't listen to a lot of new music will have a different approach, and then the person who's never heard chamber music, and we get that thankfully every now and again, and there may be that spark where they realise that chamber music and performance is an art form and that there is something there for them.